But you got a album coming out now. Is that true?
I have an album coming out next year called Geoffrey Mark Sings the Ella Fitzgerald Songbook. I have the new Lucy book coming out for next Christmas. I have my autobiography called The Devil Was Born in Brooklyn coming out next year. And I have my current radio show, Geoffrey Mark Plays Ella. So I'm a busy boy.
Yeah, and I wanted you to come back on the show because we had a good show the last time. And I know you had all these things going on, and I wanted to, let people remember about what you've got going on. That's why we called your publicist and asked them to let you come on again. And also now we're running shows right after Saturday Night Live. So you'll be on Nashville. This show will air in Nashville right after Saturday Night Live on NBC. It goes out on.
I was lucky enough to actually be in the audience the first season when SNL was first getting started in New York. We hadn't had a live show in New York City in quite a while that late at night. And they were having trouble filling seats, and they asked people in the business, could you come be part of the audience? So I saw about a half a dozen of the original cast performing their wonderful characters, but very, very early on.
Yeah. Well, and also, I'm just telling you where you're going to be. Your show will be aired in Knoxville, Tennessee, this show, and you will be 5:30 in the morning in Las Vegas. Everybody's up all night anyway. So.
Yeah, I lived there. I lived there for a while, so I know people are awake 24 hours a day there.
Yeah.
And I've been to Nashville, and I've been to Knoxville, and hello, my fans out there.
Yeah, and they will remember you because you also be on a billboard. So.
Wow.
Yeah, we put you on a billboard, and we let the world know about Geoffrey Mark. We always do. We play your programs sometimes at different other places too. The last show we did together, so around here they know about you now for sure. If they don't,
greatly appreciated. We can also talk that this last week I got a commendation from the United States Congress for my lifetime of charity work. And I got one also from the State Assembly of California. So I've been awarded 2 very humbling awards from our government this last week. It was completely unexpected, and I am pleased and honored and humbled.
Yeah, it's good to have them good surprises. And when somebody comes up with something and makes you feel good. So we know you're real busy, and I was telling everybody how that people in the business like you are, we are, we're always busy. You always got something to do, and everything has to be timed just right. And sometimes,
well, you have to live like that because, in most professions, you have a job, you work whatever hours they want you to be there, you get a salary, or you get a per hour payment. In show business, you go from project to project to project. Yeah, and then sometimes in between, there's no income. So if you're not actually working on a project or 3 or 4, you're hustling to find a project or 3 or 4. So there's it's a 7-day-a-week thing, show business. There's no holidays off. When I was on Broadway or off Broadway and Christmas came, you didn't get off for Christmas. You got an extra matinee added in for Christmas. So you're working all the time. There's no days off.
Yeah, it's like TV. You always got something you got to do in TV too. And doing a show like this, we'll have to put it in the computer so it'll play, constantly. And we have a 24-hour thing. You come up on that too, like on there.
I am very grateful.
Yeah, but and you and others, and and I know you got a lot of things going on. That's what like I said, I wanted you to come back on so you could let the people know, because if they remember, you was talking about Lucy and all the things you had coming up, and I wanted to bring you back on to remind them that you're still working. So,
well, you can see right behind me. There is, let's see, I'm doing this backwards. The original Lucy book is up here, but then way up over here, there's this big photo of Lucille Ball of various ages, and that's going to be the cover of the new Lucy book. Wonderful, wonderful artist Henry Lamar painted that for me. It's an oil painting, and it was allowing me to use that as the cover of the new book. So I'm very grateful for that as well.
and so your book's coming out. Is it a certain date? You got it set up yet?
It'll be available for Christmas of next year.
Oh,
So it'll be a great Christmas present next year.
okay. And what you got on your album, when is it coming out? Exactly,
We don't have it, it's impossible to have exact dates anymore. So much depends on if it's a book, getting it printed, and it's not printed in this country anymore. If it's an album, the CDs aren't printed in this country anymore. So it's all a matter of when we get them back. But I would imagine the album will be a summertime release.
Yeah.
And then the book will be a Christmas time release. And I'm not sure. I would love my autobiography to come out sooner. But many people, including my publicist, Harlan Ball, who is the best in the business, suggests I wait till after the Lucy book to be have my name out there more, so maybe more people will buy my book. So I've got stuff going on that will be released over the next 18 months, and
just give us kind of a highlight of what's coming out with you. Just say in the next 6 months, okay. What's going
in the
on?
next 6 months, I have my weekly radio show, which is not like yours at all. It's not an interview show. It's me playing Ella Fitzgerald's music and giving you insider stories about how the music was made and what was going on backstage. And every week is a theme, like Ella live in Japan, or Ella in the studio in the 1950s. We're recording now our third season, and it'll be released in a few weeks. I love doing it, and the audience reception to this all over the world is just fantastic. It's available on the air because a few of the stations carrying it are internet radio stations, so you can listen to it anywhere. And it's also available as a podcast in a slightly longer form on every platform you can think of. So that takes up a lot of my time. And I can't promise this next one, but it looks like there's going to be a salute to Ella at the Hollywood Museum, of which I will be a part because I will be singing her songs. The Ella Fitzgerald Foundation wants this to happen, and the Hollywood Museum certainly wants it to happen. So, but that's still in the negotiating stage, because when you're dealing with corporations and things, there are legalities that are way beyond me that they have to settle. But I think that's going to happen. I would imagine in the next 6 months. We're also talking with my dear friend, George Takirtis. There's a nightclub here in Palm Springs that wants to book us, the Purple Room, to do me singing and then me interviewing George, because he won an Academy Award for West Side Story, the original film. And have me ask him questions about his life and take questions perhaps from the audience. So there's irons in the fire, but you can't nail them down. Again, that's show business. Until I'm given an exact date, I can't give you one.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It's so hard to for you guys out in Hollywood and all, in the entertainment business to, nail down something, because something's always coming up, and you have to put it off. And maybe we have some people that's coming on our show has extended the date quite a few times because they had other things. And then we got the Hollywood strike is over. all this stuff is over.
Yay! No more strike! Yay!
Yeah, and more people will want to come on the show. And
if I may, sir, may I please give a shout out to Fran Drescher, who is our leader at the union, for handling this beautifully with class, and she took care of us. And yay, Fran!
Yeah.
In fact, Fran has written the foreword to my new Lucy book for me.
Yeah. Can you tell me about AI? Was AI kind of a issue with that?
Well, it's a huge issue. All as performers, whether we're actors or singers or dancers, if we're being recorded and our faces and performances are being recorded, and if the studios or production companies think that they can own that for the rest of eternity and put other words in our mouths and other voices, it means that they no longer have to hire any actors. They can just, by computer, by AI, manipulate what they've recorded into something new, which puts every actor, from the biggest star to the smallest extra in a background scene, out of work. And that's not fair to us as performers. No one can own anybody else's talent or intellect. And Fran made sure that we're protected, and I'm very grateful to her.
Well, it's not just owning talent, it's owning you too.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. And
I've been in this business a very, very, very long time. I've been doing this professionally since I'm 15. Well, that's almost half a century of me as a performer, as a singer, as an actor, as a comedian, as an author. And nobody else gets to own that but me.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to keep up with too. Yeah. I mean, to do all that different stuff, it's a job, ain't it? I mean,
it would be like if a syndicator of television shows took one of your episodes and got every facial gesture you make and sampled your voice and then manipulated that so they never have to use you again. They just get this AI version of you. No, you would scream bloody murder over that, wouldn't you?
Actually, yeah, I would. And we did one show with Abraham Lincoln, so, and I asked him questions, he answered, and so that was a pretty good show, but they didn't too many people understand it. They don't understand what AI can do. I mean, it can imitate you, be you, that is not you, right?
Look, I'm sure there are good and practical applications of AI that can be a boon to society. It's when any kind of technology is misused. There's always folks out there who have these crafty little brains. Ooh, how can I steal this and use it and make myself money and screw somebody else? Well, those people need to go away because they don't give anything to society. They're just greedy, looking for themselves.
Yeah.
When you're in show business, your product is you. I am in the Geoffrey Mark business.
Yeah.
And if somebody else decides that they now own the Geoffrey Mark business because they can recreate me, they think, not happening.
Yeah, I see people try to mock Elvis. There was only one Elvis. There's only one Geoffrey Mark. You can't duplicate that. They can't duplicate you because you are you and nobody can be you except you.
Right. And I'm honored to be in the same sentence with Elvis Presley. There are those talents that are so one of a kind, so individual that nobody else really can. I mean, there's, as you well know, and certainly all over Tennessee and in Vegas, all kinds of Elvis impersonators. And these are talented men, but they're not Elvis.
That's right.
And I like to think I'm kind of a one of a kind. There are people who try to capture my look, such as it is, but they don't succeed. And I'm lucky that I have a very unusual singing voice. It's not easily copied by anybody else. And my jokes are mine. As I tell aspiring young comedians, if you're telling jokes, if your whole show are jokes that somebody else could also tell and get laughs with, you're using the wrong material. Your joke should be something only you can be successful telling. That's how you become one of a kind. And I try to be one of a kind.
Yeah, well, you are. we know you are because you talk about so much and you got so much education in your head about all the stuff that goes on and like musicals, books, all this stuff, you know.
It's funny. I'll sometimes have someone over to my home here. And now that there are platforms where you can watch certain shows 24 hours a day, I'll put on I Love Lucy as background. And sometimes I'll save a dialogue along with them. And sometimes I'll save a dialogue ahead of them. Or I'll have I Love Lucy on my screen, but I'm listening to something else. And people say, how did you know what's coming up next? I said, I have every episode memorized. I can play a whole episode in my head from start to finish. That's a lot to carry between two ears. And that's not just I Love Lucy. It's the history of show business. I told you this to you before. From 1875 to 1975. If I don't know about it, it didn't happen. Since 1975, I know a lot, but the most recent things I have aged out of because people of my age, new music, hot young actors, they're not aimed at me. They're aimed at my grandchildren's ages. I have one 19 and one 7. They're aimed at those ages.
Yeah.
They don't care about my age anymore. But classic Hollywood, classic Broadway, classic radio and television and recordings and books, yeah, I'm an expert.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I talked to some ladies about the old classics, and I went to this place, this store, and I was talking about classics and all that, and they would say, oh, we watch that all the time. We watch all the classics. We love the older stuff.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that tell me they like the old stuff, the old shows that, you know, like Lucy and all Dick Van Dyke, all them different shows that they love them shows and they watch them over and over. And I watch John Wayne over and over and over. McClintock's and all that. I watch that show. I never get enough the same one. I mean, I watch
McClintock is my favorite John Wayne movie, and I have watched it several times.
Yeah, I know about what he's going to say when he says it. And it's a great show. John Wayne was a great actor and a good person.
He was a great film personality. He was able to make those parts come alive. I don't know, only because he didn't do much, if John Wayne would have taken it out of his cowboy outfit and put into a suit and given a very heavy film to do. I don't know if he could have handled that or not, but certainly he handled comedy beautifully, and certainly he is. You say cowboy, even today, the first thing everyone thinks of is John Wayne because he did it so well.
Yeah, you remember Lucille Ball when she's doing that part with him, trying to change. It was in a bar. Lucy was trying to change the script. No, that was good.
That's from the Lucy show. Most people remember when Lucy Ricardo stole John Wayne's footprints in front of Grauman's Chinese Theater, and John Wayne came on and played himself, and he was wonderful in that. The one you're talking about is actually kind of almost funnier, where Lucy Carmichael, her second stage name, ends up on a set and interferes beautifully, and John Wayne handles it beautifully. So both times he was with Miss Ball, he really, really performed well. So I'm saying the man could do comedy. He had chops.
Yeah, I always liked him better than, I mean, it's Westerns, him, I always liked him more than any of them. His shows, to me, was great. I liked the Alamo too, he put the bill for Alamo. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
He paid for all the production, direction, all. I just wondered
Mr. Wayne, go ahead, sir.
I just wondered how he got all them Mexican people there to, when they was fighting, for the Alamo, all that cast, all them people. How'd they do that? Now, you would know that.
Because it was work. We talked about this a few minutes ago. If one is an actor and one is not a big star, you struggle to get work. And even though, and I know what I'm about to say is a little controversial, so folks, don't send Lamar letters. Send them to me if you have to. Some of the Westerns, some of the films made about the United States and Mexico did not present history accurately.
Yeah.
And greatly romanticized what America did and greatly underplayed the other people and our Native Americans and our Mexican friends. So some of those things I'm a little uncomfortable watching sometimes. But he employed dozens and dozens of Native American and Mexican American actors who otherwise couldn't get cast because of how they looked. And I'm sure some of them weren't real happy with the scripts, how they were portrayed, but they were so grateful for the work. To be in a movie with a big star like John Wayne, where you're going to get seen, right? So the whole country's going to go run to see it. Back when we as a country, we all came together behind films, when the great movie palaces still existed. So, you trade off perhaps a little personal indignation with the gratitude for being hired. Thankfully today, getting hired as a minority is not so difficult. Yeah. And the films being made about our history are a little bit more accurate and respectful to Native Americans and to Mexican Americans and whomever the minority is. But I don't think Mr. Wayne personally had animosity towards people. I could name some classic American actors who were very prejudiced.
Yeah.
And, hated Jews and hated gay people and hated black people. How sad.
Yeah. Wouldn't John Wayne marry to a Spanish woman?
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Mexican
I thought.
woman.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think most of his wives was Spanish, wasn't he?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember because he married a few of them.
Yeah.
The problems in his marriages were not racial. They were Mr. Wayne drank a little too much sometimes. Yeah. And that caused the problem. But like I said, I could name people. If John Wayne suddenly materialized in my living room right now, I would invite him to dinner and be very happy to spend the evening with him.
Yeah.
There were other people who publicly were prejudiced. I mean, allowed it to be in interviews like this one. And they'd say things about minorities that were terrible. Yeah, I would just tell them to go away.
Yeah, I don't see color or, I mean, I see everybody as one human being. That's it. And I was married to a Spanish woman once, and I have a lot of friends of different races. I don't go, as I think I told you before when we was on the last show, it's not the color, the race, it's that spirit within inside them that makes them what they are.
Look, we're not people with souls. We are souls with bodies. Yeah. And if the soul is a good one, I'm happy to know them.
Yeah.
I only judge people individually, and the judgment is only in how do they treat me.
That's exactly
If they treat
right.
me well, I'm happy to have them in my life. And if they don't treat me well, I disengage.
I agree with that. I understand that too. And I try to be the same with everybody. Don't matter who they are, where they come from. None of that. I don't. If they choose a lifestyle, that's on them. That's between them, not me. I had nothing to do with
There
that.
are a whole lot of holidays coming up.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and others. And you know what? Folks, invite me to them all. I will be happy to sit at your table and celebrate your holiday with you.
Yeah. I'm same way. Everybody that know me, Spanish and all that, they invite me. I had a friend, he's from Colombia, invite me to go spend 2 weeks to celebrate his birthday. But I said, I don't think I want to go. And of course, you know, I have a lot of people that I deal with overseas. So, I mean, they all treat me just fine, and I treat them the same way. We laugh.
Well, then you must be a good soul, sir, because that's how they react to you.
Yeah, I mean, I got a guy from Taiwan, and I talked to him today, and I always kid him, you know, about. I told him, you might he's going to Taiwan to celebrate his reunion. I said, well, I don't know. China might come over, and he laughs at me. You know, he's got a good sense of his name. Well, his son-in-law's Tim Connolly. You know Tim Connolly, the director. That's
Yes.
his son-in-law. But me and him's known one another 20-something years, and we trust one another. Both of us trust. And I'm talking about a lot of money, too. I mean, we trust one another. And that's the way everybody should be. Trust one another until, you know, you can't go back and get the same mistreatment every time. You have to be nice, try to be good, and then if they take advantage of your kindness, you have to blow them off, you know.
It's a very sad thing. Once trust has been breached, it's very hard. It's doubly, triply hard to earn trust back.
Exactly.
And I've tried all of my life to be a trustworthy person. I have failed a few times, quite frankly. There are things that have happened where, oh, gosh, I didn't handle that well, or gosh, that wasn't financially fair. I shouldn't have done that. But I hope those things are very, very few, and that for the most part, people think of me kindly.
Well, you're human. You don't control.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah, you don't control everything that goes wrong. I tell people when I do business with, I say, I promise you something goes wrong, I can't do it, I'll call you and tell you. I won't let you be wondering about what's going on with me, because I'll get back with you and I'll say I can't do it, or I promise you, but I can't do it, something come up. And, you know, but other people maybe take it as offense. But things come up, you know.
Look, I've been in show business long enough that I remember, and I was about to say, I hope none of our friends out there are offended by what I'm about to say. Why would they be? I remember I'm a person who's Jewish, and there were people who wouldn't hire me because I was Jewish. There were people who felt that middle America doesn't want to look at a Jew. And they made it difficult for Jewish people, singers, comedians, and actors, but especially actors. Comedians and singers, if you laugh at someone, you can't hate them. If you love their voices, you can't really hate them. But as actors, there were a lot of Jewish actors who never got anywhere just because they were Jewish. And I belong to a couple of other minorities that are nobody's business, but I always find that so sad when people, and it's happening now in our news, people are hating Israel. People are hating the Palestinians. No, don't hate a whole group of people. That's wrong. Some people in the Middle East, probably on both sides, are doing things that probably they shouldn't be doing. And it's sad. But what's sadder to me is the hatred that I'm hearing. This hatred of people. I find that I fight against it, and it's why I'm an entertainer. I want to be a salve on people's nerves. I want to sing some songs and make you happy. I want to tell some jokes and make you laugh. I want to act in something that was a good movie or a good TV show. Or, I just read Geoffrey Mark's new book. What a pleasure that was. That's what I want from me to society.
Yeah. Well, as far as whether you're Jew or you're not Jew, you're still my friend. I consider you my friend now.
Likewise, Lamar.
And I'm going to tell you something. I don't look at Jews no different than I do anybody else. And I'll be honest with you, that's the wrong way to be the way they're doing now. Hating one another because they're Jewish. I just don't like it. I think everybody should respect one another. And to try to wipe out a race of people is the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life, and ungodliest thing I ever heard. That's
I applaud you, sir.
And I got a friend down there from Israel down in Houston, man. Me and him, we've been friends for 25, 30 years, and we argue all the time. But we still do business together. And he's a Hebrew. And we've been
Look, there are Jewish people I like and love, or both.
Yeah.
There are some Jewish people I don't like. There are some born-again Christians I like and love. And there are some I don't like because of what they've done individually in their lives, the good and the bad.
Mm.
But this mass hatred of any group of people is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I agree. Stupid. I mean, I just don't get it. I can't figure it out, except they're evil. That's all I can say. And
I just remembered, Lamar, the last time I was on your show, I promised you that the next time I would come on, I would sing a song. We're not going to do it today because I'm not prepared. Next time, I'm going to send your producer a track I will sing to, and you can play the music on your end, and I'll sing on this end.
Okay.
All right?
That'll work. And, I'd like to hear you sing. I'd like to hear how you sing.
I would be very happy to.
You sound like you can sing good. Now, I couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. I couldn't play an instrument. Can you play instruments?
Just a voice box. I play a little piano just for my own amusement. I can drum a little bit, but nothing professionally. I sing.
Yeah, well,
next time,
if you send us some, we'll play it. I mean,
I will send you a track, and next time I'm on, I will sing for you, and that'll make me happy because I love to sing and I love to make people happy. At the ceremony where I got the congressional award I got last week, I sang "Let There Be Peace on Earth," not to any track, just alone, a cappella, no music behind me, because I've been singing that since I was 8 years old.
Yeah, and
the song really means something to me, especially right now.
Yeah, I love singing. Don't matter Spanish. I love music. If you ever come over here, I will show you thousands of albums that I have, VCR tapes that have all cassette tapes, has all kinds of different country music. From different countries, Russians, Italian. I love Italian music. The song they sang in Israel, that song in '67, that song when they had the victory. I love that song. It's a real good song, and it's got meaning to it. I don't understand the Hebrew, but I can understand, I can feel the vibes in it. Yeah, the meaning.
Sure. It's the same thing about, I don't speak fluent Italian. I speak it a little bit. But when you're singing in a foreign language, like when you sing in English, sometimes the words aren't always very, very clear. So there are some Italian songs or Spanish songs where I'll listen and I go, wow, I get it, but I couldn't tell you what all the words mean. It's easier for me in French because I speak fluent French. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I love the meaning of it. I can feel it's like you say you sing a song, you put your heart in it, right? And when you put your heart in a song, it don't matter what language it's in, you can feel it, and you will like it when it's in your feelings. How you're saying when you sing it, you put your feelings in that song, and when people hear it, they know because of your feelings, you're serious with the song. What I'm saying.
The great singers have two things to contend with. A voice box is not like an instrument. You hit middle C on a piano and it'll always sound just the same. A singer, you sing better one day than you do another, or it's raining out, or you're tired or something. So you never quite know what's going to come out. You do the best with it you can, technically. But the great singers, besides worrying about all the technical things, have to remember to perform the song, to get the meaning of what the original. I apologize for all this background noise. My computer, I shut all the noises down and it's doing it anyway.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. But as I was saying, you want to let the audience know what the lyricist's intent was. What is the story? What is the meaning? What is the lesson to be learned? Or what is the emotion you're trying to share? If you don't do that and just technically sing the song, it may come out pretty, but it's not going to stay with anybody. Yeah. I take every song very seriously. I'll just sing through it. I'll just get through this. I don't do that because I'm cheating my audience that way. If they've paid money to come see me in a theater or a club, or even if I'm on your show and I'm singing a song, they're tuning in to be entertained, not to have me walk through something. So every time I write or sing or do comedy or act or produce or direct, whatever I'm doing, I do it for the full heart, to the best of my ability that day. And from day to day, my best is different. But I put everything behind it, and for a long time now, that seems to work for me.
Yeah, that's what I started to say. That's what makes you successful like you are.
Thank you, sir.
Putting everything into it. And
I don't do anything. I don't do things half baked.
Yeah, I don't like this TV station. I won't keep adding equipment to it. It's perfect. I like things perfect. I don't like mistakes, but we have them. We can't control all the mistakes that we have.
No, I do shows not as good as this one, but I do shows like this one, 100 times a year, maybe. And some of the people are terrible and some of the technology is terrible. You do the best you can. The ones who try their best, who ask good questions or engage me in good conversation, those are the ones that are a lot of fun to do. You look forward to doing them again. And there are others where the person isn't, forgive me, hosts out there, I don't mean any specific person, but they're not the sharpest tool in the shed, or they're not very talented, or don't know what they're talking about. When I have people have me on who know nothing about me, it's like, then why did you have me on? If you don't know anything about me, if you don't even know what the first question should be, and then I generally just take over. When I realize that they're just clueless, I let them have one question and I do a monologue for half an hour.
Yeah. Well, I'm the same way. Somebody asks me a question, I go into everything that I can that I know about. And that's what you do. And it's
funny. Usually the producer or the host comes back at me and says, that was the best show we ever did. The audiences loved it. And I don't want to say, well, yeah, it was good because I made you shut up, but that happens sometimes.
Yeah. I like doing a show with you. I mean, you tell me stuff that I didn't know, and I like to learn. And Zeke, the one that put you got with your publisher and all that. He knows about you more than I do, probably.
Thank you, Zeke.
Yeah, and he knows more about a lot of people that I don't. I just started this about 6 months ago doing these interviews, or maybe 8, and it's done real good. And you are a part of it that made it good. So,
well, I thank you. Hey, you told me a little bit earlier that there's actually going to be a billboard of me for this show someplace. Yeah. I would love a photo of that.
You will get it. Sometimes it's hard to get through your publicist to get what you want sometimes. Yeah, because
you have my phone number, so you feel free to use it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I will send you a picture of it when we get it up. I had me a part-time co-host there for a while. She owns a talent agency. She had to take some time off, and so she may be back. We'll be doing some other shows. And I want to do a show called, and I want your opinion. It's called, it's called Divorce is Hell. I want to get some guests to come in here, married couple or a divorced couple, and talk to them about their divorce, why they hate one another, and make a. Don't you think that would be? Do you think that'd be? And I respect your opinion. What do you think about that?
I think in today's market that will sell very well.
Okay, well, and I tell.
And then every once in a while, bring on a celebrity who's been divorced.
Yeah, I could do that. I never thought of that. That'll work. But some people don't like that. But this average person, there's somebody, and if they've not got a divorce yet, maybe talk them into working things out. Be kind of like a counselor too, Because I'm experienced.
Divorce, yeah, I am too, sir. Divorce is hell is a good name.
Yep, and I thought that would be. And we'll send you a copy. We'll let you watch it when you'll be able to watch it. Of course, you're going to always be able to go to YouTube and watch this show that we're doing now.
Okay.
So I appreciate you coming back on again, and anytime you want to come back, all you have to do is call us.
And anytime you want me, the same. Just call me and I'll be there.
Okay, and anything, if you can get us some guests, I'd appreciate that too.
Well, let me know who you think you might want. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, well, supposedly we're supposed to have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Kid Rock, and a bunch. We got quite a few.
Wow, good for you.
And we won't never forget you. You'll always be on our list. So
I would love to be a regular guest on your show.
Okay, well, you look forward to it. And I guess we can hang it up now, right?
Well, let's wish our friends out there a happy Thanksgiving, a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas. Whenever you get to see this, I wish you love and peace and good health and people who love you.
Yeah, and God bless you too.
Thank you, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. To watch this show again, be sure to visit talkinlive.com. We now have Roku and Amazon Fire TV channels for you to watch from your home TV. Or find more of our recent shows on most any of your favorite social media platforms. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Good night, world. We will be talking live with you next time.
Welcome to Talkin Live Classics TV. Reserve this spot on our Classics channel today to advertise your business or showcase an upcoming event. We not only provide broadcasting for EPB customers, but we also stream 24/7 on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and online at timelessclassicstv.com. Call our advertising department at 423-290-9194. That's 423-290-9194 to find out more about placing your spot here. Mention code Classics 2023 for your discounted rate today.